Hey guys, it's Alice again. So today's video is another chatty video. I know you guys love my little chatty videos, so I decided that today was the day. So if you don't know me, my name is Alice and I'm actually studying at the University of Lincoln. I am in my second year of my media production course, and I thought I would talk to you about my application process and how I decided to go to this uni and what kind of went on when I left sixth form, and just like have a little natter. So if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, please do press the subscribe button. I upload stuff about university all the time. I also have a vlog channel where I vlog daily pretty much about university, so I'll leave that in the link down below. And anyway, let's get started on the chatty video. This choker is actually choking me. Righty then, so I actually wasn't gonna go to university at all. Yeah, so hopefully this might help out some of you guys who aren't completely sure whether you want to go to uni or not, but I thought I'd talk you through from start to finish my university experience. So I actually finished sixth form at the age of nearly 18 because my birthday's in July, so I actually technically left sixth form when I was 17, but we'll pretend I was 18. So I had been against university for years. I really didn't want to go. I didn't know what I wanted to do as a career. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to pay the money. I was just like, no thank you. But for some annoying reason, my school really pushed the idea of university onto me, and I'm not sure if schools still do that now, but I don't think that's fair, because I wanted some kind of information about different ways about going to get a career, maybe like apprenticeships, but we just seem to have lessons all the time about university. And because I wasn't a bad student, like I got really good grades, they wanted me to go to university, probably to make themselves look a little bit better, because I'm pretty sure schools get paid or something when people go to university. So yeah, I basically got blackmailed to apply to university. We had a lesson every Wednesday called pastoral support, where we had to do our application and our UCAS, and we had a tutor that helped us out and blah blah blah. And I got like forced to go to that, even though I didn't want to go to university, which was really annoying. I couldn't get out of it, and my tutor ended up talking me around to applying. And I searched and searched for so long. I was on the UCAS website for a ridiculous amount of time looking for a course that might even interest me in the slightest way. And you're supposed to apply for 5 universities or 5 different courses, or like similar courses. I could only find one course at one university that very vaguely interested me. One course out of the entire United Kingdom. Like, I feel like that should have told me at the point then. So I actually found the course Cinema and Photography at Leeds University, or University of Leeds, and I think I went to visit Leeds Uni. I mean, I wasn't 100% sold on it. I was just like, yeah, I mean, I like this better than the unis I've been to. I just wasn't convinced, but I just did it because my tutor, and it was just easier to shut them all up. So I did my application, I did my UCAS. We had to do like a personal statement, and if anyone's ever written a personal statement before, they're probably the hardest things to write ever. And my tutor basically wrote my entire personal statement for me, because I did a really poor job, because I just didn't care. I just didn't want to go, and he ended up changing it all, and it didn't sound like me at all, so I didn't even, like, that personal statement was not mine. So I don't know, somehow I got accepted to Leeds University. At the time that my A-level results came out, I was actually not even in the country. Like, this is how little I cared about going to university. I was on holiday, and my teacher actually texted me my A-level results, and I was just like, oh cool, I got an A, a B and a C, so that meant I got into Leeds. And at this point I'd already decided I wasn't going, so I was just like, cool, I passed. Yay, I'm going to continue drinking this cocktail on holiday. Like, I really didn't care. And I remember my friends being so stressed out about picking unis, and at the time I was like, I'm so glad I'm not going through that. I've got a job. At the time I had a job as a photographer. I was like the manager of a company. I was like, I'm sorted, I'm happy, I don't want to feel pressured into it. And because I'm stubborn, I stuck to it. So I ended up deferring my place at Leeds, which basically means I put it on pause for a year. Sorry gang, my battery just died on my camera. So as much as I didn't want to go to Leeds, I ended up deferring it, because it is a scary decision not doing what most of your friends are doing. Like, I was the odd one out deciding not to go to university, and I'm not sure how it is now at school, but it was kind of the thing to do. Everyone went to uni when they were 18 and moved away from home, and it was so cool, and I wasn't doing that, so it was scary. So I didn't completely say no to university straight away. I deferred it. That was my way of kind of having a bit of control. So a year passed, and I mean, my job was good. I was really enjoying it at first. I was working as a photographer, but it was becoming a little bit challenging, and the year came around when I was supposed to actually go to Leeds this time around. But I was still at the stage where I was like, no, it's not for me, I'm gonna say no. So I declined it, and completely declined it this time. I didn't defer it. I was 100% sure I did not want to go to Leeds Uni, and I did not want to do that course, which I'm so happy I decided to do, because I know if I'd have ended up going to that uni and doing that course, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad uni and a bad course. It probably just wasn't for me. That's why I wasn't sold on it. And if I'd have ended up going, and if I'd have bowed down to that peer pressure, I would have probably dropped out. I wouldn't have enjoyed it. Or I would have done a course I didn't like for 3 years, got myself in debt, and still not have been happy. So I'm very, very glad I stuck to like my gut instinct and didn't end up going. And I was a little bit jealous of my friends at university, but I kind of lived vicariously through them. My friend Vicky actually went to Leeds, so I went to her Freshers Week. I ended up experiencing the student life in short little bursts, and I liked that because I didn't want to live like a student. I wasn't ready for it, and I don't know, I wasn't ready for it. So let's take on another year. So I ended up spending 2 years out of education completely, and it got to around August, after people had got all their A-level results, and I had quite a few people on Facebook getting their A-level results and getting their like applications, and they were getting into university. And at this point my job was just becoming a bit too much. I wasn't enjoying it like I used to, and I needed a new challenge. And I'd been scrolling on job websites, I'd been looking at apprenticeships, and I was just like, I need something different in my life. And I actually went to my friend Lucy's house and said to her that I needed a challenge, I needed a change. And she said to me, have you ever thought about going to uni? And for the first time ever, I actually didn't say no. I said maybe. Like, for 2 years solid, I'd been like, no, not going to uni, no, that's it, being stubborn, no. For the first time ever, I actually said, maybe. So we ended up both sitting down together, and I looked at Sheffield Uni because I didn't want to move away from home. I was very, very happy living with my parents, and it was just really, really scary to me. So we found like a media course in Sheffield, and I was going to look into it. So that night I went to, this was on a Tuesday, I remember this like step by step. On the Tuesday, Lucy gave me a kick up the bum and told me to look for universities. On the Tuesday night, I went to training, and I said to my mum, what would you say if I went to university? And she went, yeah. And I was kind of scared to say it to her because it was just like so out of the blue, and she just agreed, which was really, really nice. And I told my friend Billy, and I said, oh, I'm thinking of going to university, because he is was actually at Lincoln Uni. Like, he was the reason I chose Lincoln in the end. And he heard that I'd been looking at Sheffield, and he was like, no, don't go Sheffield, come to Lincoln, Lincoln's amazing, Lincoln's like this, blah 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 blah. And he did like a big pitch, and he basically sold Lincoln University to me. And I ended up going on the Wednesday, the day after. He got me a meeting with my head of year, and we went to meet her. We had a look around the uni. I'd been to Lincoln before, but I'd never looked around the university. And we like sat in Costa, and at this point I was basically like, it looks like I'm going to university. Like, me and my parents came to look around with Billy, and we were like, yep, I feel like this is it. Like, we were sat, I remember being sat in Costa on the Brayford looking out on the river and being like, yeah, I feel like this is the place. Which is so weird. I remember people telling me that you get that feeling when you go to the university you want to go to, and I'd never had that. I was just kind of going along with the crowd. So to finally actually have an idea, as scary as it was because of how quick the decision was made, I was excited, and excited for something different. I was just so fed up of my life at that moment. So yeah, I ended up going home that Wednesday night and starting my UCAS application. I did my UCAS like overnight. I spent like 24 hours doing my UCAS. I did another personal statement. I got a reference off my boss and my old teacher. And it was a very hectic week, I do have to say. Me and Lucy went to IKEA. I've got vlogs of all this. Like, this is documented on my vlog channel. So if you want to like go back and watch how it all kind of happened. I was weekly vlogging, so I have it all in progress. Me and Lucy went to IKEA. I got like homeware bits. I was so excited, and we were just waiting for my accommodation to kind of confirm. And I ended up going on holiday like on the 1st of September. we'd had this holiday booked for like a year. I went to Greece with my mum, and then we came back on the 7th of September, and I think I moved in on like the 9th. I only had 2 days back at home before I went to uni, so in total I had 2 weeks to prepare myself for uni, which was stressful, not gonna lie, and it wasn't the most, well, it was fun actually because it was exciting and it was new and it was different, but I feel like if I'd have had any longer to think about it, I would have probably talked myself out of it because I overthink things so much. And yeah, I remember going into the flat, like it was obviously a big rush, so to have a flat and to manage, I managed to find myself a parking space, and it was all kind of fitting together, and I was just ready. I feel like if I hadn't have taken those 2 years to really make up my mind, I wouldn't have dealt with it the way I have. I mean, you guys know I didn't have the best experience in the first year, and now I'm completely over that. Like, we've all moved past it, it's completely fine. I feel like I've grown as an adult. I feel like those 2 years helped me mature, and obviously this applies differently to other people, because I mean, my friends who actually went to university when they were 18 have done amazing for themselves. I think it's all down to you. 18-year-old Alice would not have survived at university, whereas 18-year-old Vicky, my friend who went to Leeds, did, and she thrived off it and she loved it and she's done so well. She's now graduated, and now it's me catching up and graduating. So yeah, I feel like don't be discouraged if you don't want to do what everyone else wants to do. There's so many different options out there, and I was kind of nervous about going to university 2 years late. I thought I was going to be the oldest one here, and I thought I was going to be so odd, and I thought everyone was going to be 18 and wanted to go out all the time, and it just kind of scared me a little bit. But honestly, I know more people 21 here than I know 18. Like, there are a lot of people who don't go to uni straight away, and when you actually get to uni you realise that you're not the only one who did that thing. And I didn't feel old and I didn't feel left out. I felt really involved, and it's been so nice making so many friends. And yeah, there's been shit times, and yeah, there's been drama, but I feel like it's made me who I am today, and I do not regret it for a single second. So I suppose the moral of this video is do what you feel is right for you. Don't ever feel pressured to do something because a teacher is telling you, or because your friends are doing it, or because that's just what you feel like you should be doing. Do it because it's what you want to do, and that applies to anything. That applies to your job, that applies to your GCSEs, that applies to your A-levels, anything. Take your gut instinct, it usually works out in the end. And I like a quote, everything happens for a reason, and I feel like it really does. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that. I wouldn't have got best friends like I do, I wouldn't have a boyfriend, I wouldn't have grown my channel like I have, I wouldn't have you guys. It's honestly insane, and it all will work out. So try and just do what's right for you, be a bit selfish, and just believe in yourself. So yeah, that was my little chat about my university application experience. I hope this helped some of you guys. If you do have any questions about my experience, or if you want me to give you some advice, I can try my best. Just leave it in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you did find it helpful, because that really helps me out. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Goodbye!